Well, hey there, native plant enthusiasts. This is Santino, Education Manager for Bowman's Wildflower Preserve, coming at you with another native plant highlight. So in the spring, it's hard to overlook the brilliant blossoms of one of our great native trees. There's a lot of green and white early in the spring here. However, today's native plant is a real showstopper, being all pretty in pink. It's an ornamental native whose range is the entire eastern half of the United States, except for New England. It's got several varieties, and it's cultivated quite a bit because of these show-stopping pink flowers. It grows relatively quickly and adapts to various soil types, but it prefers deep, moist, rich soils that are well drained. Most fitting for these pretty pink blossoms that it has early in the spring. Once the foliage decides to emerge, or once the foliage does emerge, we're treated to nothing more fitting than some heart-shaped leaves. And these leaves stay on the tree long into the fall. So, who is today's mysterious native plant? It's the eastern redbud. As I said, this is kind of the tail end of its blossom. As we can see, some of those leaves are emerging already. So the eastern redbud grows quickly, and in the wild, it's typically found multi-trunked. In size, it maxes out about 20 by 20 feet with a rounded crown. It's also relatively pest-free and a great resource for insects. It hosts notable species such as the Henry's elfin, the redbud leaf folder, and the Io moth, one of our great giant moths. The flowers are pollinated by many of our native long-tongued bees, such as blueberry bees and carpenter bees. As such, it's also an important nectar source for them. In addition to insects, the foliage and seeds are also food for a variety of our native wildlife. Folks familiar with the blossoms of the pea plant might recognize the shape of the blossoms. These similarities are not a coincidence, as the tree is a member of the Fabaceae family, or the pea family. Once pollinated, the trees produce several flattened, dry brown pea pod-shaped fruits. And as with other members of the family, the redbud is also a nitrogen fixer. What does this mean? Well, it's got symbiotic bacteria that live within the roots of the tree. And these bacteria produce a nitrogen compound that helps the plant to grow and compete with other plants. When the redbud dies, those fixed nitrogens are then released back into the soil, making them available to other plants, and helps fertilize the soil. In addition to the aesthetic joy that the eastern redbud provides, the flowers can be eaten fresh or cooked. They kind of have as you would guess, a almost light pea flavor. Green twigs have been used to season wild game, and according to the USDA, it was used medicinally by many of our indigenous tribes that shared the range. Records indicate it was also used to treat whooping cough, fevers, congestion, and vomiting. All right, friends. Well, that wraps it up for this quick native plant highlight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give the video a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of our native plant knowledge. And as always, my friends, I encourage you to keep on experiencing what's natural and learn what's native. Take care.